So Karen, you have an answer?
Absolutely not.
Let's go for it.
I'm trying to wrap around it.
Okay, do you follow the plugins that I put here?
Yes.
Okay, so now this is a matter of algebra. Matter of algebra. Okay, I'll leave you to do the algebra and we'll check our answers on Thursday. So, let's see if there's any others. 67.
I know.
We'll leave those go also, we'll talk about those. And 70, leave that go. 71, I'll leave that go. 83, 84, and 91.
Bring the 8 over to the side, because it's already divided, so it's multiple over 0.8. Then you come up with 6.17 equals x minus 850, and then add 250 to this. That part I get it. Algebra, that one did you get through?
Yeah, you get 8.
It's 50 then.
It's 50. Oh, that's a 50? Yeah, well, then that's probably how I got it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So
Writing.
50.
Okay,
Handwriting.
now I took a look at the remainder of the problems and you have all of the education you need now to do those all by one lonesome. So I recommend that maybe 3 or 4 of you go over to Mokoteki and work together if you want to, or work solo. See what you can do. You got 48 hours and should be able to get all the rest based on what we did just now.
Hey, can I just get you to go over, like, the population? You gave 2 formulas, the one for population and the one for sampling, yeah. Can I get you to go over that one more time?
To go over the difference between the two? or-
No, the 2 different formulas I'm supposed to use if I got a population, because the population, they just want one thing. And then the sampling is they want to use like a whole bunch of
Okay,
things.
so
Well, the
this is
population was one we used last week to solve for Z.
Yeah, one time.
Now, we're
like,
going to assume it's bell-shaped. It's not always bell-shaped. So it has a mu value and it has a sigma value. And it has a data line x. You're measuring x's. So z is equal to x minus mu over sigma.
Right. And then this is.
Now, for the sampling distribution, it's also bell-shaped. It'll be skinnier. And it has a mu of the samples, and it has a sigma of the samples. Now, the sigma of the samples is related to the sigma of the population. The sigma of the samples is related to the sigma of the populations. The mean of the samples is identical to the mean of the population. But the z value is the same for any bell-shaped curve. And that z value is given. Now here, what you're measuring are means. That's your data line. So the z value is the data line minus the mu of this curve over the standard deviation of this curve. So the z formula is the same for any bell-shaped curve. It's the data value minus the mean over the standard deviation of that curve. And then the next step is to substitute the standard deviation of the curve in terms of its equivalent of the population standard deviation. So the z formula is always the same. It's data value minus mean over standard deviation for any bell-shaped curve. and you take the three values for the curve you're working with. Is that sufficient, Sean?
Sir.
Okay, any other comments, remarks, suggestions? Okay, we're out of here in an hour and 10 minutes, which is, I think, an hour and 10 minutes very well spent. Then I can wrap this up, send the video down to Iwakuni. Yeah, you can stay here. This room's available at 7:20. Dawn, you don't look like you're as much further along as you'd hoped you'd be.
No, I'm so confused. I'm so
I'm
lost.
about to say, tell me about it.
As soon as I think I've got it, then you go to the next one and I'm a blank slate again.
I'm with her.
Okay, what you need is somebody that does have it, that's willing to work through the problems with you. And they will benefit too. If you want to know a subject, then take a course in it. But if you want to really know a subject, then teach it. So if you think that I know this stuff, then you're really going to know this stuff if you teach it to someone else. You'll learn it 10 times more. So anybody that sort of knows it, wants to sit down and
I'm here until, I have a class at 7:30, so I'm here until then. If you're fine.
that could be, nothing could be more perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing
This
could be more
must have
perfect.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, I already finished all the leg homework. I haven't
Mhm.
started the basket.
that's exactly what you needed. Okay, why don't you go back and sit next to her and show her everything you know. Okay, any other things to do?
You can keep the chart, I can print one out in the lab. I don't have
fine,
a
you
I
got
want
it.
to sit down with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna sit there.
Oh, okay.
You sit in the middle, let him sit in the middle where you're
Yeah,
at,
how
on
about
your right,
you
yes,
all
ma'am.
of us do?
Yeah.
I'll sign up back.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead. That's yours.
It hasn't changed.
I didn't,
I'm not going to.
it's my first self-class here, the past 3 weeks.
Oh, just read it.
This is the lane? Yeah.
This is lane, and the lane problems start on 325 to
Yes.
327.
Yes, I know, but,
Oh,
you know, my computer,
Did you pay for the print? Or you just print it yourself?
I have to turn it from my
I know
house.
I'm
That's why I
just
said
missing-
mine's house
I
29,
can-
back by
I
Tony.
can print out,
Suppose you have point eight,
this is,
Oh, that's, Lebowski, Lebowski, yeah.
Right,
I
okay, let me,
could-
I'm gonna write it down.
Oh, you can print lanes? Oh, okay.
so that's why,
'Cause I know
ask
you're
you
supposed to multiply
how.
it when it's a division, you're supposed to
Well,
multiply it.
I think the easiest way, cause
Just put a one
somebody else
in.
was saying they
You
can,
always do
when
that,
you
right?
open it in
Right.
Neo,
now you have a
but
single
if you
fraction
use it
on
on,
the
when you
left,
open it on
you
your
have a
computer,
single fraction
just
on the
save
right.
it to your desktop and
That
it'll be so
means
much
it's-
easier.
so,
able to be
when I,
cross-multiplied.
Right.
When you go to the, when you go to the, you're gonna open,
yes,
just
yes,
open it like
yeah.
that. But then if you move your mouse over there or just right click, it should give you option to save it.
So,
And you can save it to your desktop
so
and
this
just
is
have it
2.4
all the time.
equals.
And it
Yes.
should allow you to
7.
print from there.
And for
I
the-
tried
next.
to, copy,
Let the camera
print
do
out.
this.
Oh, copy and
Yeah,
paste
yeah,
out, yeah,
yeah.
you can't,
Uh,
won't let
I
me
know.
do that either.
so,
It's, your best bet is, that's what I had to do, I had to
But,
copy it, I had to save it to my computer.
to your
Yeah,
computer.
to your desktop or whatever you wanna save it to.
Yes,
And then you
yes,
can
yeah.
have it
From there.
without Leo, and then just open it and then
Point
print it
eight
out like
times
that.
three. Oh,
Just print it out from the
multiply
actual
three times
book
eight
instead of
is
trying to copy
2.4.
and paste it.
Now you count the
It
decimal
is,
places
yeah.
on the top.
They won't let you copy and paste it or just
I mean, I know.
right.
3 times
So
180.
you can't copy and paste, but when you open it, if you connect it to a printer right in, sometimes it'll work right, so that you open it, just open it, and then go to print, if you go to your print, it
Yes,
saves,
yes.
and it saves, then how you wanna set it up, just go to pages, and then just type in whatever, instead of the
This
whole-
page or?
Yeah, just put in 320, it'll be a little circle, click that and pages, and say pages on 325 to 327, or whatever he put up there, cause I printed out that first part too. So when you go online again, just put in pages 301 to, it's 312,
Oh, is that right?
312, and that's all the reading part.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
What I want.
Okay.
So I couldn't do that.
I was about to
So,
say, if you wanna go to the computer lab, I can really show you, but I don't know if they print on the computer lab, but I
I
think
mean,
they charge you here.
in Lynn or in either of these, ebook, do they have examples how to work some of this problem? Like,
Lane don't got jack, Lane sucks.
Okay, now this is
Point
still
blank.
cross multiplication.
They don't have no examples, it's just reading and then you get some problems and do your best, have at it, pray to Jesus, whatever you wanna do. And Lowski is okay, he puts some examples, but like me, I still.
X bar minus 250.
I don't read the book.
No.
No, I don't like it. It takes too long, it's confusing.
Look at the video.
Yeah, I watch videos and if I don't understand it, I copy and paste the problem into Google and then I find examples and they work through the problem step by step. Like I find different examples. Sometimes.
Yeah.
No, I Google one problem and
They
after
only
that.
does one problem and then it'll give you
But
examples.
when you Google it, don't give you like it gives you like websites or it's actually somebody.
No, it gives you websites and I pick one that I like. I actually have one that explains the different, how to switch it from standard deviation to the other. I said it on my computer. And I was gonna share it, but I didn't know if anyone wanted to see it, but I can, in my video I posted, right, I can put it in there tonight and I'll put the website that I use that shows the step-by-step of the standard deviation problems.
Actually, you know what? How about you take my email down? Just email me that.
You're welcome.
Oh, okay.
I can't worship Leo every day.
Okay.
Like other people want us to.
Well.
I mean, if you have
Oh,
it
no,
on
you
computer, I
can-
can probably find it.
This is Word.
I'm not gonna go,
I just have to figure out which problem I searched.
My sweater is static.
you want a whiteboard, Martha?
Oh, no, I'm just trying to figure out which problem I Googled and found the answer to. It was like an
You
algebra
did
site.
what?
No,
Aye.
not the answer, the steps how to do it.
That's not what you said a moment ago.
Yeah,
But the steps are easy.
She blew her cover.
I'm just really efficient at searching.
Aye.
I mean, I was homeschooled for 4 years, how to do this stuff, like, this is how I learned for 4 years.
Okay, is everybody reading their news these days?
Yes, sir.
When you can get into Leo.
When you can get into the,
Yeah, it was acting ugly for a couple of
Yeah,
days.
yesterday it was being kind of wonky.
it is.
It was.
Didn't
I'm glad it wasn't just me,
Well,
because
yeah,
they
yes,
accused
sir.
me about
I
clearing my
understand that.
cache, and I knew that didn't have anything to do with
No,
it.
they,
Yeah, that's.
My
all
friend
free
couldn't get on
for
hers either, and we both
volunteer.
tried,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there was a little box that said hit here, and then you had to pull it down from the menu, and then go in. And she couldn't get hers to do it, but she was clicking on the wrong button.
Yeah. So they kept
It took me
saying-
about 20 minutes to get in.
Yeah, it's under maintenance and.
Well, don't spend 20 minutes if all you're doing is trying to please me by signing in.
Oh, I have
Just
another
wait
class.
for the next day, okay.
All right, thank you very much.
You're welcome, man.
Would you be willing to do some of these on the board with us?
Okay, let me move the whiteboard to the center of the room, and I want to gently pull it out, because sometimes it breaks your set. Well, that's a good whiteboard. So you're gonna do that. So now let's put the camera in good view of it for posterity. And now you can look on the back to the other side, look on the camera side.
You just can't get the pen and stuff on that side.
Oh, let's turn it around. Okay, very good.
I thought 103 was gonna be the hardest thing I ever did in college.
It was.
So wrong.
At that time. And if you go to graduate school, you're gonna find out how easy this course really is.
Thanks.
Good. No handouts, no. All of this stuff is, inside your website, and you print out the book. Did you find the book? Okay, well, all I did was send the book to the printer. So it's, I got
No,
no
Lane
handouts.
doesn't have no
And
solution,
there's,
it's just the problems
a
and the
Z
whatever
table,
rating he assigns.
and I
Yeah,
put
so
the Z table in
so
news,
He may have,
print that out,
for this one,
and,
it was different.
that's,
His
there's
pages
been no
for
additional
reading,
handouts.
it's not in order,
No, and
so you had to
is
skip a
handouts?
section and then get to the
No.
problem. That's why I just print out the pages.
No, just
instead
what
of
it printed out.
everything, or you'll waste a
Yeah, so
whole
there-
bunch of paper.
Cause I printed out everything last week, this week.
Or have to buy roots on it like I
Printer.
did.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's just easier to have it. Well, for me, it's easier to have it printed out or just in front of a computer screen for hours on that. And I can't take that. But this one is gonna be more, cause like set it to black and white so you're not wasting color.
Oh, no, don't print color.
Yeah, don't print.
Oh, no.
Well, you definitely pay.
Well, you saw that one question though about which is the answer, the blue graph or the red graph, that's not a black and white question. Okay,
I'm very sorry.
why?
I
Class is over, we're done.
Okay.
These guys are on their own.
Oh,
I'm
thank
done.
you very much.
You're welcome, sir. Okay.
Can I see the book?
Yeah.
Do you have printed out what numbers we're supposed to do, or in a couple of them?
Yeah, it is.
I've already
Page 25. Yeah, 325, sorry. I'm just looking for the set page, see if we can find it. Yeah. It uses different numbers for a sample size of 64, the standard deviation of this is 15, then you square root of 64 equals this. Then it tells you the z-score of 105 is calculated by this. It tells you how to figure out if you're using a sample of 25, you just have to switch the number. Yeah. That's why I found out how to do this one.
Hey, can you do like number 4
For
for a lane?
Yeah. Okay. So for 4. You have to figure out, I don't, you have the problem. You can read it, cause I don't know what it is.
If the standard error of the mean is 10 for n equals 12, what is the standard error of the mean for n equals 22?
So standard is 10 for n equals 12. What is the standard deviation? So what is standard deviation if n equals 22?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's 8.
So first, what you want, the problem he gives you is, so now, you know, this is the standard error of the mean, so the standard error of the sampling distributions, right? So the standard deviation. So first, you want to set up the formula, so I don't like this marker. It's very mean.
So hold up again. Like that's what I'm having. Where did you get the thing with the X bar on it?
So this is just the standard error of the mean.
That's how that's, similar.
Sigma of x bar, so.
But the formula for that is the sigma over the square root.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So it
But all
didn't
that
get
means is standard deviation
Yeah, standard deviation of the means.
of the mean, so.
But that's sigma x
equals-
bar though.
Yeah,
Sigma
so-
over this.
So this sigma of x bar is equal to sigma over the square root of
Okay.
whatever your population is here.
Right.
So that, I just wrote it here. So this is what they give you. This is what they give you in the problem. So then you have to rewrite it. So here, this is equal to 10. And this sigma is what you're looking for. And this is what they give you. This is 12.
Alright, square root of 12.
So to figure this out, first I calculated this, which is equal to square root over 3.4641 So the square root of 12 is roughly 3.4641. So I just did that mathematically.
Then you multiply both sides.
Yeah, and then it's equal to 10. So then I move this over here, just simple
What's equal to
algebra.
10?
This problem right here is equal to 10.
She just put her 10 from there over there, instead of
That's-
rewriting the
it's-
problem.
It's algebra from this point
Yeah.
on. And you multiply it times 3.4641. And then that'll give you the sigma that you're looking for, which is 34.641. So this is your sigma, right? So then over here, if you write your sigma is 34.641. And now it's saying, what's this number when n is 22? Because every single time, this number changes based on your number of n's.
Right.
So if it's bigger, then this number here, which is 10 here, is gonna get smaller.
So the formula will be 10 equals sigma divided by square root of 22.
So this is we're solving for this, but now sigma is equal to 34.641, right? So now you create a whole new formula. So this was the standard deviation that they used originally to get 10. And now they're saying, what is it if it's 22? So to find the new standard deviation of 22, you have to rewrite this problem.
Oh, so the same thing again is what you're saying.
Oh, because now sigma,
Now
sigma.
sigma is
okay.
equal to 34.461.
Okay, we have to use the problem to get sigma.
So you
And then
probably
now that
just
we have it,
You have to
go
keep doing it
back
for
and
A
get the
and B.
deviation,
the
standard
deviation
this
of the new n.
Okay.
And then that is roughly, and that'll be your answer for what's the
Yeah, part
standard
A.
deviation if it's 22.
And that you can just punch into your calculator. I don't know if you've ever, that part I know.
And
Or
that's,
So-
do you have the TI-83?
You can
Because I
do
have
it.
the TI-80.
You can do it on this one too, let's see. I think you can do it on this one, I have this one. This one I borrowed. So you do like 34.641 divided by, and then hit your square root button. So that's the square root of 22 equals, so you don't have to write it all out. So that cuts down on the algebra part. Well, that's the answer she got, 73. What number was that, 16 on mine?
Oh, no, that was number 4 on mine. Well, part A, 4A on mine. And then there's a B part.
So that's where he lost me, but now that she, no,
Oh, that's B, okay,
Yeah.
up here, they give you 10,
yeah,
and then they ask you,
what's,
if
if it's 10,
it was 22.
yeah,
Okay, so you put this in there and get that, that's right. And here,
it's
they give you 50,
50
and,
equals.
so 250, you're perfect.
divided by the square root
Cool.
of, so A,
Sorry if I don't put the full equation in, I do these at like midnight, so.
that's better than you do it anytime that I still not
Yeah.
Just don't wait till you're 40 to try it first.
Or 31.
Yeah, I just turned out 20 last week.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Thank you, so I was pretty excited. I was like, yay, but I still can't drive, so.
I didn't get my license till I was 20, you remember that?
Thank you, people don't understand, they're like,
No, I was pregnant with my son, I always felt sorry for him.
I'm just scared of driving, it terrifies me, I don't like it. And I'm short, so I
I
can't
read
really.
them in California.
So the answer is 7.385.
Mm-hmm.
That would be the error.
Yeah, this would be the new,
Sigma.
Sigma.
yeah, this would be the new, which would equal to the new, so it's saying if you have these numbers, using, so basically this sigma right here was the original, so this was what you first started out with to get this number. So if you have the graph over here, it was saying that the sigma for this graph was 34.641. But you just had to figure that out.
So there'll be a new
So did you
standard.
do part B and U to forward then?
Mhm.
What, I just did it, can you just tell me what you got?
I got 31.25.
B?
B, yeah. So you put so standard error. So you said the standard error, so that sigma x bar,
Should be 25, I think I did.
yeah, it would be
So you got,
25, no,
no, it's 50.
this would be 50 and this
Right.
one would be 25. And then you just do the same exact math again. So the camera's still on. I like this marker.
Sigma, it's very skinny. Now, plug that back into the equations that we have. Sigma is 641.
Wow, my handwriting's terrible, I'm sorry.
So the weight's 20.
You said you got 31.25?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go.
There you go, you
Thank
got
you,
it.
Jesus.
Like
Thank
a
you.
boss, look at that.
Not get that far, but I'm getting there. March 8th gonna come soon enough.
I just take a little longer than this.
No, it's fine. I don't mind.
I'm like excited, I'm like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah. That's why this one reminded me of the standard deviation problem in the next one where I had to go backwards. I was just surprised when I did it, I was like, I don't know if that's right.
scores, and I was so lost, and then like at one point, finally it just like all clicked, I was like, and I just like John Grayson through it, and I was like, oh no. But it took me like the second day, the second hour, the second day, and then finally was
As long as you get it eventually. I mean, I learned Z-scores in his Math 103 class, that's why I was like, oh, I already know Z-scores and how to calculate it, so.
I had two, and I got my two, I got used to.
Yeah, I did it the first semester, so it was only like 3 months ago, so. Another competitive class, and I was like, I'm falling behind, they're so smart. It's freaking me out.
Sit there, 2.5, that's what you got?
For B,
Yeah.
I got 31.25.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah, I got it.
you too.
The light came on. Just need to brush up a little bit.
Standard error is hard to say, standard error,
I think some of the, one of the main thing is to
Alright, just got
incorporate.
one more.
Okay.
What did you get for number 11 online?
11 on lane .002. 0.26.
All right.
Oh, did you get 0.9974?
No. What did you do for that?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm texting my mom.
My mom works in the first part.
But usually if I'm not in class, I text her like every 30 minutes.
My mom like every 3 months.
That's the life of a 20-year-old.
Ma, you still alive? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's my relationship. Sundays and Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Any other day, she was thinking something wrong.
But my mom's super paranoid, Hispanic mother, so she always has me like text her and.
My husband is message me and talks to his mom at least once a
Yeah.
week. And if he's busy, she'll message me. Yeah, is everything okay?
That's how she is too. She's like, if I'm busy with something, she'll message me and then she'll call me.
I'm like, no, Ma, we died. Sorry. We'll call you from the after.
Do you want 11? Do you want me to do it here or do you want me to show you there?
Yeah, you can just show me. I don't know what the other ones are.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
For 11?
You like, no?
Okay.
I'm trying to get everything, Lynn.
I know. I'm trying to get everything the way it is.
Can you read the problem for me?
So a variable is normally distributed with a mean of 120 and a standard deviation of 5. 4 scores are randomly sampled, but the probability that a mean of 4 scores is above 127.
What's the probability that the mean of the 4 scores
Yeah.
is greater than 127?
Is above 127.
Okay. So, right off the bat that you know they're normally distributed, right?
Yeah.
So that means you can use z-scores for these, right? So, now, and since you're dealing with a sample, are you going to be using this or this? Which one?
I use the first one, just to,
So, this is for population, and this is for samples. So if you're taking a sample of 4 scores, which one are you using, the population or the sample formula?
yeah.
So use the sample formula. So now you know the standard deviation is 5, and the population is 4, which is 5/2 perfect square. And then, so this is your standard deviation for the new graph.
So this is go back and plug in for sigma?
This would be your standard deviation for, so this would be equal to sigma of the standard deviation of, or standard error of the means.
So do we ever have to do what we just did in this one then?
Yeah, so this is this, you were looking for sigma to figure out the
Right,
standard error of the means, but then you have to figure out the standard error of the means for this problem to even figure out what percent of z-scores it is.
Yeah.
So this is your standard deviation for this new graph. So this was the first graph they gave you, and then they're saying if we took 4, so now you're using the skinny graph, the new graph. So this is the one that you're using now for the sample. And then after this, now you know it's greater than 125. So do you know the formulation for a z-score?
X minus.
X with those.
You,
And then, wait, Z
With the bar.
equals X minus X bar over S.
Yeah, oh, what, cute.
So S. So this would be this. So sigma x bar is equivalent to S, just so you know. He just uses this formula, but it's the same thing. So now we figure out the z-score using this one because it's for S. So the number you're looking for is greater than this one, 127.
127. Minus 120, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one.
Oh, but It's the same, cause the medians are the same, so you don't have to change that one. Divided by, and what's your new S for here?
Yeah, 2.5.
Mm-hmm. So then you calculate that and get your Z-score.
So that's 3.5. 127 minus 120 is 7 divided by 2.5.
What numbers you get?
I said 3.5.
So it should be 7.
So this is your new Z-score, 2.8. And if you look on the chart, the Z-score that's equivalent for 2.8 is 0.9974. But here's the kicker, the Z-score for this,
Would
when
be
you-
the rest of it, we need above that.
yeah, so this would
Yeah.
be below it because it's to
Right.
the right. So you're looking for this portion. And since,
Just take that
So one
the
right.
one, right?
and that's why I got it. And this would be the probability of X being greater than 127 out of a sample of 4 is equal to 0.0026, so that'd be your answer.
Make that a
Yes, you do. And it's not for the rest of us.
I'm just as surprised as you are, math is like my worst subject.
Alright.
I'm sorry, I'm running your way. I'll go to the other side then, because it looks over here.
I'm gonna try the rest of it on my own. I have a 3-year-old, but I have to see.
Yeah, it's like my sister's.
But
She's 2.5. She's not my daughter.
You have a sister that's 2.5, is that what you said?
Mm-hmm.
Actually, my son is like 2 years younger. Oh, really?
No, they're not old. I'm just young. It's different. You don't look. Don't. You have pretty toxicity in your skin. Like it's, yeah. You don't have like people in the those stuff. It's like some teenagers that don't like it. I'm never like it's not really weird.
Okay, I think that's about all my writing for today, but we really did cover it all together. I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, Caleb, yeah.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, I'll email you the website. I gave this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.